Hello my students, once again this is teacher Bukanya Innocent. I'm so happy that I've met you again. I will ask for an excuse. My environment has some noise, so my microphone may not be clear, but hopefully you can get me. This is teacher Innocent Bukanya, and again I'm here for issues of TBI online school. Like I told you, those who have been following my YouTube channel, we shall be having online discussions in our holidays, that is this December and the January of 2026. So I'm happy that these meetings have kicked off, and today, Monday 1st of December 2025, we are here for motivational mathematics talk and looking at the elements of construct in the mathematics examination. So I'm teacher Innocent Bukenya. That is my phone number. Hope you can clearly see it. 0781821076. You can text me for any inquiry, or you can even give me a call in the working hours. So I'm just here to get us through some few things and the motivation about mathematics. Some of the times we find many people having a lot of bias with the math, but I want to tell you one of the easiest subjects to pass. Actually, one of the subjects that is passed now easily is mathematics. And with me here, there are some myths people have been talking about math, which I want to break right from today. As we begin this journey of learning mathematics together, I want you to remember one powerful truth, and that is mathematics is not about being perfect, but is about being persistent. I want to assure you that every great mathematician started just exactly where you are. They were confused by some topics, unsure about others, and sometimes even afraid of making mistakes. But they grew because they kept on going. So in this context now, I don't want you to fear mistakes, and the questions are encouraged. You can ask any question, and the growth is guaranteed for everyone who is willing to learn. So we are here just because we are willing to do what? To learn. So every time you solve a question, even the simple ones, you are training your mind to think better, to reason better, and solve problems better. Mathematics is not just a subject like some of us think. It is a life skill that teaches discipline, confidence, and resilience. You know, I've been talking with you in a number of contexts. People have been texting me, sir, for me, mathematics have failed, please help me. How can I improve on math? What should I do to see that I improve? Please just know, with me here, mathematics is going to be something very, very cheap for you. I assure you that with me, for the little time you're going to meet for these holidays, you'll see that mathematics is one of the cheapest subjects for all of us to pass. So I've tried to note down some few points here in my motivational talk. However, I'm not going to be mentioning them directly the way they are. I'll be speaking about a few of them, and I'll be describing them briefly. Okay, let's continue. So as we begin these online discussions, come with an open mind. Be with a positive attitude and a commitment to improve. By the way, no matter your current level, you can become better. No matter your past results, a new chapter begins just from today. And remember, you're capable of more than you even think. Some people say, I got papers 80 in primary. I came with the credit 60, so how can I get an A? Just know, with this new curriculum here, remember, you even started afresh from number bases. Hope you can remember in your senior one, which means that there was a refreshment. So we are just beginning a fresh journey. That's why I'm telling you, no matter your past results, a new chapter begins today. So let us work together, we grow together, and succeed together. So welcome, you're welcome, and we are going to begin our learnings today. So we are saying that your brain is more important, that means more powerful than your fear. You know, most of the times, even my parents used to tell me that when your fear outweighs your faith, or when fear outweighs your energy, that means you're going for good. So your energy must outweigh your fear, and your faith should outweigh your what? Your fear. Then we shall be moving on so much well. Okay, let us move to the next slide. I wrote and said that mathematics is not a monster, it is a muscle. The more you exercise it, the more stronger you become. Are you seeing that? So I'm saying that what we are doing here, that the more you give it an exercise, the more stronger you become. Or we used to say that mathematics is like a game. Get a game, start playing, win it. Like that. And we used to say again that find a problem, solve it, jubilate. That is math. So if you look at that context, it is just a muscle. The more you exercise it, the more stronger you become. So as we begin this online mathematics discussion, I want you to carry that kind of truth, that we push, we grow, and we do what? And we win. So let us light up this journey together and make this best learning experience ever. Okay, so we shall make this the best learning experience we've ever had. So let us continue again. I quoted one script which I hope you can see that. Remember what the scripture teaches. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. Do it diligently. That is Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 10. So in other words, just, we believe that God blesses the work of those who are diligent. So mathematics may challenge you, but every challenge is an opportunity for God to show his strength through you. So let us work hard, play hard, and trust that excellence is our portion. So we know that God will give us wisdom and understanding. So I don't want us to get worried about this kind of mathematics like some of us do. Please don't fear math. I just want to tell you that what you teach in, what you put in your mind, exactly that is what is portrayed on your outer person. So UNEB does not reward perfection. I'm just that was my last point here, that UNEB does not reward perfection, but it rewards preparation. So what UNEB wants from you, and its reward, is your preparation, but not your perfection. But the way you prepare, that's what UNEB is testing from you. So in these online discussions, we will strengthen your weak areas, sharpen your speed, and build your confidence. Whether your past papers were good or bad, that one does not matter. What matters is the effort you start putting in today. And if you give these sessions your attention and your discipline, success is guaranteed. So let us aim higher, work smart, and produce results that can make us what? Proud. So please, we are going to have much of this. I don't want to see any fear. What you've gone through in the past, it determines less, matters less about your performance now. You just need to change your mindset. People have grown up being told that mathematics is difficult. So that's not the story. We are here to refresh our minds, to see that we can make it, because UNEB rewards preparation and not perfection. Okay, so that is all we can have just for today. We shall be having every Monday, we shall be meeting for some motivational talks about this subject. So I want to go directly to the elements of construct. Now, for any student to pass mathematics, I've not clearly put for you here how the mathematics examination looks like, but we shall come to that. We shall look at the format of the examination, because I know most of us now are in senior 4, so we know how the examination looks like. However, we shall go through for those who are not well conversant with it. So if you look at here, if you look at this work, we are saying that UCE mathematics elements of construct and item number 1. Now, for any student to be successful in math, you must know which topics you're going to meet and from which item. Now, if you look at item number 1, that whole item is full of one theme. The only theme there is numbers. And in that theme, we have 5 topics. And those topics are number bases, working with integers, fractions, percentages, and decimals. We have numerical concept 1 and 2, and we also have ratios and proportions. And I told you it doesn't mean that the whole item number 1 will have all these topics. People who have been following me on my YouTube channel, I was revising UNEB this year's paper, that is UNEB UCE Mathematics 2025, and I remember when I was discussing item number 1, I gave you these topics, and I told you that they cannot all appear, but at least 3 of them will be in the examination paper. And we shall be looking again, we shall be breaking down these topics, and we see what are the examinable parts under these topics. You know, some of us we revise poorly, that's why we don't pass. But wise students revises exactly what is going to be examinable, and by the end of these online discussions, you will have discovered what really is examinable from each of the following topics here. So those are the 5 topics that are in item number 1, and that the theme there is numbers. Okay, let us continue. Next slide. Let us go to item number 2. Item number 2 has patterns and algebra. Remember, these themes are compulsory. In other words, item number 1 and item 2 are always compulsory, no option. You must attempt them whether you like or not. So under item number 2, item number 2, the theme is patterns and algebra, where we have a number of 10 topics. And the first topic is sequences and patterns. Topic number 2 is equations of lines and curves. Topic number 3 is algebra 1 and 2. Topic number 4, mappings and relations. Topic number 5, inequalities and regions. Topic number 6, equation of a straight line. Topic number 7, rectangular Cartesian plane. And topic number 8 is simultaneous equations. Number 9 is linear programming, and number 10 is loci. Now you see here that there are 10 topics. There is no way you can have an item with all these topics. It is very impossible. However, at least 3 of them will see them appearing. 3 of them will be seen appearing in item number 2. And again, we shall be breaking down these topics. We shall look at the examinable parts in each of the topic. That if sequences and patterns are to appear, which part do they normally appear? I'm not saying that the rest of the parts will not appear, no. But there are some common parts that we know that cannot miss in simultaneous equations. We know parts that cannot miss in equations of a straight line. We know parts that cannot miss in inequalities and regions, in equations of lines and curves. So they cannot miss. I don't know whether I've talked about quadratic equations, but it's also a topic under a topic in this. Okay, now let us also continue with what we expect in item number 3. Now, item number 3 goes in hand in hand with item number 4, where we have data and probability. And this theme was one of the themes with the least number of topics, and again one of the cheapest themes we have. That is theme 3 and 4. Item 3 and item number 4. Where we have data collection and presentation, we have graphs, set theory, matrices, probability. So these topics are very, very common. And remember, on item number 3 and 4, you're required to only answer one item. You either answer 3 or 4. You cannot answer both, because that is section B, part 1. Okay, we shall be looking at that in our further discussions. However, again, for this topic, it has most of the applicable items, or these topics are normally easily applied in day-to-day lives. You know, if a question is easily applied in day-to-day life, just know it is very easy for that topic to be made in a scenario. So if you look at data collection and presentation, graphs, set theory, matrices, and probability. So we expect much of this, and these are one of the cheapest topics that everyone can pass. In fact, this is the part that we cannot miss marks here. Okay, because these are optional parts, but however they are very, very, very cheap. But we shall come to that in our discussions. Okay, item number 5 and 6. This is part 2 of section B, where we are also required to answer one item, either answer item number 5 or 6, but not both. Now, even here, the theme is geometry and measures. This is the top that actually the theme with the highest number of topics. A number of topics will appear here, and then we shall see how should we revise these and what do we have in our best expectations in item number 5 and 6. Number 1 topic is geometric construction. We have bearings, we have general and angle properties of geometric figures, there is reflection, there is business arithmetic. We also have time and timetables in that theme. Actually, we also have similarities and enlargements. We have circles, we have rotation, we have length and area properties of two-dimensional geometric figures. We also have nets, areas and volumes of solids. We have trigonometry 1, trig 1 and 2 is also there. We have vectors, there is business mathematics, matrix transformation, circle properties, lines and planes in 3 dimensions. So there are like 17 topics under this theme. However, we expect we cannot have the whole 17 topics appearing in item number 5 and 6. But at least in every item, that is either 5 or 6, we shall have 3 topics appearing. And again, as I told you, we majorly look at the applicability of the topic in day-to-day life. That's how scenarios can easily be generated from them. But topics that are not highly applicable, I will not choose for you, but if you can look at them, you'll be easily discovering the ones that are highly applicable in day-to-day life. However, we are not putting a bias on the other subjects. We must revise all of them, but putting in mind that at least one item will carry 3 of them right from here. So we shall be looking at which major topics that we expect here. However, I will urge you to continue having them as a whole, as you also visit examination questions or examination papers like some which I will be giving you, and then we shall be making this very easy. And these are the parts in the examination paper that are all of us to pass, because for them the option. If you look at part 2, which have item 3 and 4, then in part 1, which is 3, 4 of section B, and also part 2, which is item 5 and 6 of section B, we choose only one item from each part. So I don't know if you can have a number of topics from this that you can miss them. There is no way you can miss such topics. But anyway, we shall come to that and how possibly we can have that work. Okay, maybe we may not have much for today, but I'll be getting back to you and give you exactly what we'll be talking about and what we shall have in this holiday. Let's just keep ourselves posted.